Okay, I found another interesting one. So I'm back with another video here. These came out of or this one I should say, came out of the nonagon, a nine-sided polygon. And when you see, there's one and there's another. When you attach them that way, it gives you that kind of a shape. And I think that angle will pick it up. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It kind of has eight sides from that angle. Like that. Yeah, there's a good one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other thing with this as well is when you draw the lines in there going from one point and dispersing them to the outside of the nonagon, this kind of shape here, it naturally forms to that shape. Like, I don't manipulate that. Even though it has that flexibility, as I was pointing out in the last video, this naturally wants to make this shape, this form. So that's something else to keep in mind. And so that's that. I thought I should point that out. And in the same way is so you had to make a bunch of pairs of those, right? 7 of those made this. So that took, or takes, I should say, 14 in total to make this one. And yeah, and before I get to the rest, there were a few things I wanted to say. Yeah, the one point I just made where and the same thing for this form here, like it naturally wanted to make this. Like I was just saying, I didn't have to compress it or expand it. It just naturally wanted to make this shape. So that's pretty cool, and that's something to keep in mind. There's no kind of a tension or manipulating kind of thing going on here, which is why I find this extra interesting, you might say. And so once again, these are derived from, or this one I should say, there's only one of them here today. It's derived from an actual nine-sided polygon. And I think because of that, it actually makes these unique and even more interesting. And I think it has a special kind of beauty about it because of that. It's a combination of geometry and something creative and imaginative. You probably can't buy anything like this online or in the store. I remember a while back I was looking around for some light fixtures, and I've certainly never, and I browsed around the internet as well just the other day, and I've never really seen any kind of a light fixture like this. And of course this might make a very neat a speaker design as well. That was the other point. And these are some really cool designs for people who like to make stuff themselves. Out of all the different kinds of materials, possibly wood, metal, I think some kind of acrylic plastic, or the resin molds, possibly even stained glass. Maybe, that's a possibility as well, which I think it could be made out of stained glass for people who are good with that. So there's another really cool idea. Um, and and yes, of course, people can, now that they kind of have a little understanding, hopefully, how to get some of these shapes, they could play around with these and attach them in different ways, and or they could add to it, to make it more suitable to their preferences or needs, perhaps. So there's something else to keep in mind. There is room for people to explore and experiment and to improvise, um, come up with their own ideas. And oh yeah, I might as well mention this. Yeah, and then in the last video too, I pointed out each one of these segments here. They're actually 20 degrees and not 40 degrees, which I later added in the description, where it's because I'm not going from the center out to each point in the nonagon, where then I would have got the 40. So I was a little confused in the moment there. And because you go from one point on the outside to each of the other points, it gives you 20 degrees. So each segment is 20 degrees. And all right, I guess I should show that a bit. So that's here's the side view. It has these little kind of chambers in here, which have these diamond shape kind of holes, which is another, I think, cool feature, where that might make for a really cool light fixture and or speakers. And it is oh, it doesn't want to cooperate. Come on, work with me. So it's the same on both sides, right? They're identical on both sides. And as mentioned already, it took 14 in total to make them. And it is something that that naturally formed, without me manipulating it or stretching it or compressing it. It actually just wanted to make that shape. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to say. So there's another cool light fixture and or speaker idea that comes out of a nonagon.